I'm at Wat Phra Lam here in Mai Nam on Koh Samui. It's one of my favourite temples, so I'm going to have a little walk around. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to tell you a little bit about what I've been doing over the last few days. But first of all, I'll give you a little look at where I am. It's so beautiful here. That's right. So nice. Just a beautiful deserted beach, and over there is Koh Phangan, and behind me here is the temple. Such a beautiful place to put a temple overlooking the bay here. I've said many times, I think, that you know, they've got it right here when they put a temple somewhere. It's always, or they always try to put it somewhere of significance, either on the beach or near a beach, or if it's in rural areas, overlooking on high on a mountain, overlooking the land below and the people's houses below. They don't hide them, that's for sure. They're not. They always put them in places of significance. So, where was I? Yeah. Now, yesterday I went for my vaccination. I told you last week that I was going for a vaccination for COVID. Managed to get an appointment, and I went yesterday. Now then, I'll just tell you a little thing. I got a comment in my comments box from someone who said, when I told them that I was going to go for my vaccine, he said, not very interesting watching a prick go for a prick. So I just thought I'd share that with you. I'm fine with constructive criticism. I really am. I welcome it because it helps me. I need to know what people think of my channel, and I need for them to tell me what they'd like to see on the channel, give me ideas that they might want to see, something that might be of interest to them. But I do get some bad comments, and as I say, constructive criticism I'm fine with. Yeah, you tell me and say I didn't like that, that's fine. And I want to know. I want to know what you like and what you don't like. But when people are just going to be rude and say bad things, I don't like that, and I don't think anyone should have to put up with that. It's not the one I got the other day. It's not the first one. And it won't be the last, I'm sure. There's a lot of sad people out there who don't have very interesting lives. Maybe they're jealous that I have a little bit of an interesting life here. I don't know. But, you know, if you're going to have some input and tell me what you think of the channel, please be nice. Okay, you can tell me you don't like it. That's fine. But you can do that in a nicer way than being abusive. You know, really, I don't get paid for doing this. I do it for 3 reasons. The first reason is it's because I'm retired, and when you're retired, you quite often have time on your hands. You know, I like to keep busy. I like to learn new things. Just because you're getting old doesn't mean to say you stop learning. So I've started to do this YouTube channel, and I really enjoy it. And I meet some interesting people, and that's one of the main reasons. I get to travel, not just to go on holidays, but to do something when I get there. I can look around and make a video and show you people what the places are like. So that's number 1 reason. The second reason I do this is to help people like yourselves. Somebody who might want to make Thailand their home in retirement, someone who might want to come here and work, perhaps as a digital nomad, or just expats in general who looking for another place to call home. Also for people on holidays, I like to show them places of interest, hopefully off the beaten track that, you know, might not be on the tourist map. So I like to inform people who might be coming here for whatever reason, so that it'll help them. If you're thinking of coming here to retire, I made many mistakes when I came here, when I first came here. It's a hard country to retire, for the paperwork and for the all the legal things you have to go through to get a retirement visa. So that's another reason I do it. It's to help people. And then if you have any questions, I'm quite happy to answer anything that you'd like me to answer. If there's if you're thinking of coming here, if there's anything you'd like to know, just put it in the comments box. I'd love to help you. So that's the second reason. The third reason is I wrote a book about Thailand, and that's the third reason, to promote my book. But I don't overly do that. I just put it on the start and in the end, and if anybody wants to buy it or have a look, there's a link there in the description. You can go and have a look. No one's forcing you to buy it. But that's not the main reason I do it. The main reason is because I am retired and I need something to do with my time. So please keep the comments coming. I'd love to hear from you, I really do. But just keep them respectful, and I'll do my best to help you or answer any questions that you may have about Thailand. So back to, where was I? Back to what I started off with about my vaccination. I went for the vaccination yesterday, and I had the appointment for 1 o'clock. So I went there at 12 because paperwork in Thailand, as I've told you before, is sometimes horrendous, and I expected for it to be a lot of paperwork and a lot of hanging around waiting. So I got there at 12, and I found where I had to go, and it was great. I was in and out within half an hour. I got to where the ward I was supposed to be, Ward 25, and there were a lot of dogs here barking. Always soy dogs in temples because they get fed. Yeah, so I went to Ward 25, and there was it was only for expats, this ward, because it was that's what they were doing that day. There was only about 12 expats there, and we made a little bit of a queue and picked up our forms that we'd filled in before when I registered, and they directed me to a room 3, and I thought I'd be going in there and waiting for it. I didn't. I walked into room 3, I got the shot within 30 seconds of walking through the door. There was a needle in my arm. So I got that, and I go back on the 25th of October for the second shot. It was Pfizer, which is the one I wanted. I didn't want Sinovac because that's the Chinese one, and that's not a racial thing or anything like that. I've got nothing against Chinese people, but I have a lot against what they make, because I've had some of their TVs and video recorders and all sorts of things I bought that are made in China, and quite often, you know, within a few months of buying them, you're having to get the warranty out and try and get it fixed. So I didn't want them putting something in my arm that I wasn't sure about where it was made, how it was made, and so if it was Sinovac, I wasn't going to take it. But it was Pfizer, and it was very good. I must say it was well organised. Not always the case in Thailand when you go somewhere to get things done, but this was excellent. Maybe because they've had that much practice with so much COVID and having to give so many vaccinations to millions of people, they've got it down pat now. But it was very, very, very good. Everything that they did was professional, and it was very well run. And when I go back, I've got a little piece of paper. I just got to go in there, and no more forms to fill in, just go back and get the second shot. I'd like to thank the Thai government for that. Not so long ago, they weren't giving Farang vaccinations. They were, rightly so I suppose in a way, they were saving them for the Thai people. Or you could buy them in sort of private hospitals. If you could, if there was enough. There wasn't always enough, even for private hospitals. So Farang were at the back of the queue. Now, you know, you couldn't do that in another country, but Thailand is different. It's not the same as Western countries. Most Southeast Asian countries are not the same. They're not run the same. There's you know, their rules and regulations are completely different to most Western countries. You couldn't do that in a Western country. You couldn't say, oh, you know, you live here but you weren't born here, so you go to the back of the queue. Can you imagine doing that in the USA, Germany, France, anywhere in Europe, saying, oh, you know, we're only doing people who were born in the UK, or we're only doing the people who were born in Germany? There'd be a big outcry saying it's discrimination. But here, it's par for the course. You know, when you're a Farang here, you expect things like that. There's dual pricing when you go to a national park or something. I'll get charged, but my girlfriend won't, because she's Thai. So there's things like that that happen, but it's part and parcel of living here, and it's a small price to pay for living in a beautiful country. So I'd like to thank Thai government. They've once again decided to do a U-turn, which they do quite often, and they're now allowing Farang to get the vaccine. And not only that, it was free. I did expect to pay. I thought they would, yes, okay, Farang can have it, but because you're Farang you would pay. But no, there was no charge at all. So Farang are getting, at least in Koh Samui, I don't know about anywhere else in Thailand, but in Koh Samui, Farang are getting free vaccine shots. So that was excellent. That was really, really good. That was that. As I say, I go back and get the second shot soon. And then I can travel. That's what I want the vaccination for. I want the certificate. I wasn't too keen on the vaccination, to be honest. I'm still a little bit nervous about having it. But I realised that without it I can't go anywhere. And I want to do this trip around Thailand. So by November, the start of November, I'll be fully vaccinated, and if Thailand opens up, then I can start travelling and making videos from elsewhere in Thailand, which is what I've been waiting for now for quite a while. I'm back in Lamai now, and I'll give you an update on Thailand's and Koh Samui's COVID-19 situation as it stands today. Yesterday there were 10,825 new COVID-19 cases that were recorded in Thailand. The cases have been dropping since they peaked on the 23rd of August to, I think it was around about 24,000 people, but it's been dropping every day since then. It's been going down until it's got to the figures that we have yesterday. The people I talked to here in Koh Samui are starting to be a little bit more optimistic and a little more upbeat about the situation. I think most people are feeling that yes, it's going away. Whether it's for good or whether it's going to come back, no one knows, but everyone's praying that it's gone, or it's going to go soon, and perhaps we can get back to some sort of normal life. In Koh Samui yesterday, once again, I'm pleased to report there were 0 cases of COVID and no deaths. I'm not sure if the mayor of Koh Samui is a subscriber to my channel, because I did a video last week about the Samui Plus scheme, and it was titled "What's Gone Wrong with the Samui Plus?" Anyway, I was driving through Lamai yesterday about 5 o'clock, and I noticed a lot of the bars had the shutters up and people were inside cleaning. I even saw my favourite cocktail bar, Cocktails by Pick, was actually open, and people were inside. Whether they were drinking alcoholic drinks or virgin cocktails, I don't know, but there were people in there and it was open. So I think maybe things are going to start moving again here in Koh Samui. I think they've realised that things aren't that bad here. If you're getting 0 cases most days, there is no reason to make people stay at home and not go out and enjoy themselves. So that's a pleasing sign. I'm going to go out tonight and check it out, see if any bars are open, get back to my disgraceful ways. Okay, I'm sat here having my first legal beer in a long time. I'm here on Lamai Beach, and I'd just like to update you on what's happening with this lockdown that's been in Samui for quite some time now during the Samui Plus. They closed all the bars, as I told you before, and stopped serving alcohol in restaurants. But I'm here at this wonderful little beach bar on the far end of Lamai Beach, called the No Stress Bar. And the lady here has just served me my beer over there on the table, and she tells me that they're now allowed to sell alcohol here even if you don't have a meal, and that bars are now officially open, which is great news for this beautiful island that obviously relies on tourism. It's a start. Yes, there's still hardly any tourists here. There's a few Farang down there, but they're probably locals. With a bit of luck, things are starting to change and starting to turn around, and in 8 weeks, when my lease is up on my new house, maybe I can start doing this wonderful trip around Thailand that I'm planning. Even though this place is open, there's many places which, even though they've lifted the restrictions, a lot of places still won't open. They still can't open. They have no staff. They probably have no money, and they just have to wait until more tourists come back. There's not enough tourists here to fill up all these places. There's hardly any tourists, so you're going to get the odd one or two that's all coming into your business. Some businesses aren't going to open up for 1 or 2 people. It's going to cost them more in wages and electricity than what it would be for what they're going to earn. So, but anyway, look on the bright side, everything is starting to open up, and happy days are here again. This lady here, she makes beautiful donuts. She walks along the beach every day carrying this number one in Lamai, number one in the world. She makes beautiful donuts. She cooks them at home, and she walks along the beach every day selling them. 20 baht each. 20 baht. So cheap and so beautiful.
Wait, number one.
Ah, she do like this. This is how she carry.
Like this, the world. Around the world.
Can you imagine walking around in this heat, carrying this over your shoulder all day? But this lady, she do. And this lady, she keep fit.
Exercise also.
Exercise good. Yeah. You don't need to go gym. You just carry this. Yeah, this lady, she carry this up and down this beach all day in this heat, and sell them for 20 baht. Crazy.
Only 20 baht.
20 baht.
Yeah.
And I'm getting fat. I'm getting pumpooey because every time she come past, I got to buy.
You can cheat. No problem. You eat first, after, okay. No problem. No more. Yeah, don't worry.
Oh, I do worry.
You look the sailor, the woman fat.
Yeah, because she walk on beach.
She eat also.
Yeah, but she walk along beach every day. 4 or 5 hours. No wonder she not pumpooey.
Look at her. She's sailor, but not too fat. She eat every day. Yeah.
No,
not fat.
No. Only me fat. I get fat. She doesn't. A word to the wise. I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago I did a video on how much I spend living in Koh Samui in a week, and in that time I went to a 20 baht shop, and I bought quite a few things. Most of them were fine, they were fantastic, but as I say, a word to the wise: if you ever go to a 20 baht shop, or perhaps a dollar shop in your own country, or a pound shop in the UK, don't buy 20 baht razors. I tried them for the first time yesterday. Oh, ripped my face apart. So there's a lesson to be learnt there. Don't buy 20 bite razors. So until next time, take care and stay safe during these difficult COVID days. If you're thinking of retiring in Thailand or coming here to live, take a look at my book, Retire in Thailand Handbook. And please push the subscribe button, it'll cost you nothing. And hit the thumbs up button to help me get recognised here on YouTube. And thanks for watching Retiring Disgracefully.